Dallas has been one of the hottest housing markets for many years now, and during the period of low interest rates due to the pandemic, housing prices have exploded. And all cash offers were more than common on desirable homes. So if you were one of the people that were brave enough to face the housing market during that time, you probably had an extremely difficult time getting the home you were looking for.
It's impossible.
But the tide has quickly changed in the DFW. In 2022, the Federal Reserve decided to put a halt to the high-flying prices of the housing market. The Fed meets 8 times a year, and in 2022, they decided to increase interest rates 7 out of those 8 times to curb inflation. And right around the summer of 2022, we definitely started to see the change in the market here in Dallas, Texas. As interest rates increased, we started to see prices come back down towards a normal level of inflation. But the problem is now fewer people can qualify for the home that they want. So in this video, we're going to discuss what is the current state of the Dallas housing market, what can we expect to happen during 2023, and we'll go over how you can put yourself in the best position if you're trying to get a new home this year. Hi, my name is Trenton Ward, and if you enjoy this content, let me know by hitting the like button and consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest real estate news, tips, and tricks. Okay, so the first topic we're going to get into is house prices. 2022 was the most recent peak when it comes to housing market prices. And since then, house prices have started to come down. But many find it hard to believe that home prices are still up year over year. Check this graphic from one of our local MLS boards here in the Dallas Metroplex. As you can see, even though home prices have started to come down significantly, they are still up year over year. The median home price in the area is now around $385,000, and that's a little over a 6% increase compared to December 2021. At a 6% year over year increase in the median home price, we are still too high compared to what a normal appreciation level would be. The housing market has historically appreciated at a rate of 3 to 4%. This is what the Federal Reserve is attempting to get us back to with the continuous rate hikes. The overall inflation goal is 2% for the economy, and the housing market plays a big part in that. That's why the Fed let us know that we should expect more rate hikes as we continue through 2023. So if you're somebody that's looking for house prices to come down, you may be in luck. House prices could technically come down in terms of a month over month price, but I wouldn't hold my breath for home prices to start decreasing significantly year over year.
Isn't that just great?
Because the other key metric you'll want to pay attention to is the amount of inventory we have. As you can see here, in December, we only had a little over 2 months worth of inventory. And for it to be considered a balanced market, we would need it to be closer to the 5 to 6 month range. Many people have been waiting on the sidelines to buy a house to see what will happen with the housing market. And once we reach a new norm in terms of house prices and mortgage rates, they will likely jump back in. And since there is a low amount of inventory, the principle of supply and demand comes back into play. This may result in a slight uptick in house prices or us seeing house prices starting to level off. We could also see the days on the market start to decrease as well. Right now, we're seeing that it takes sellers close to 2 months to sell their property. And that's a big reason of why we're starting to see the number of active listings skyrocket right now. Okay, so next we're going to go over some tips to prepare you for the Dallas housing market in 2023. Mortgage rates are likely to continue to be a big factor on how much home people can afford this year. Many experts are split on which way the market will go during the year. On the low end, we could see mortgage rates go down in the 5% range. On the high end, some experts are saying we could be in the low 7% range. Right now, we're in the low to mid 6% range, and they've continued to fall for several weeks now. If you're looking to buy a home in 2023, I would go into it with the mindset of refinancing in the next year or two. Even the Federal Reserve came out to say that interest rates are expected to be lower in the upcoming years. And if that holds true, you can save a lot of money on your mortgage with a well-timed refinance. And there has already been a recent surge of people doing so due to the recent declines in the mortgage rates. And if you're one of those people, you're likely to see even more saving opportunities in the near future. So next, let's talk about closing costs. If you're going to purchase a home in 2023, you'll more than likely be required to pay points to get a rate that you like. Those points are going to affect how much it will cost you up front to get a home. But the good news is there are some ways to combat that. One example is that since sellers are now having a harder time to sell their homes, you can ask them for some assistance with your closing costs. This is what we refer to as a seller's concession. This is an advantage when we're in a buyer's market. And even though on paper it may not say that we're in one, being someone that works with home buyers all the time, I can tell you buyers are definitely in the driver's seat right now.
Decisions.
If you would have asked for something like this in the past couple of years, most sellers wouldn't have taken your offer seriously at all. But now it's becoming more and more common to accept offers like these. And if you're interested in going for a new construction home, you're likely to get even more closing cost incentives. Some of the builders in the area are giving tens of thousands of dollars in closing costs just to sell their homes. They also have special interest rates and financing options if you go with their lenders. But before you do, make sure you get your loan options from a third-party lender as well. Depending on how they structure the loan, the closing cost incentives may not be enough to offset the cost that they're charging you. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting the like button and consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest real estate news, tips, and tricks. If you would like for me to put you in contact with one of my trusted lenders, or if you have any other real estate needs, feel free to reach out. My contact information will be in the description below. And until next time, peace.